Alright, every Sunday I want to start doing one of these videos where I tell you kind of a little bit about ourselves or maybe what's going on or kind of like small talk. So, probably people are wondering when and why did we start wanting to do a homestead. And when is a little bit before COVID, probably 2 years prior. My wife wanted to buy land and was looking for the right property that would be best for us, which would be water, which would be like not a stream. We would like to have running water through it like a stream, but we didn't have that, so we found one with 3 ponds that we need to make better, that we need to dig out deeper to hold water throughout all year long for our cows. And then that was one, and then find one with a well, which this one has 2 wells dug, just none of them operating, and another one with a house on it. That we found one with a house, but it needed a lot of updates, so we've been doing that in the process. The reason why we wanted to buy land and do all that was to have a garden so we could provide for ourselves, have animals such as the goats behind, one goat behind me, and have chickens and anything a homestead would have on the land, and just kind of naturally grow it. So that's kind of the when and why. So yeah, we got into it pre-COVID, before all the property went up and crazy value. I don't know about y'all state. I mean, I don't keep up with every 50 states, but ours, probably when we bought this property, if we would have waited another year, we would not be able to buy a fraction, because we see properties with 10 acres that are for about the same. We got this for 40. So, I mean, it's just crazy what the value of property went from COVID. Plus, also our state legalized marijuana, so we have another reason for people wanting to buy property is to, grow medical marijuana. So we're not into that field. I mean, we think that it could do good for people to, if they have seizures or, stress, I guess. I mean, I don't use it. I just don't. So I know a lot of people that do use it, and hopefully it's doing them good. So that's kind of the when and why. We started before COVID, and we're hoping to use every bit of this land and make it amazing out here for our kids and their kids and their kids. All right, next question that I feel like I never answered, but y'all probably see it. How many kids do we have, and kind of what the gist is out of that? All right, we have 4 girls, 4 boys, ranging from the ages of soon to be 15, he's 14, all the way down to 4 months old. So yeah, you'll see them like the last video you seen my son knock the video camera over. That's why sometimes it can be difficult making videos out here, because there's 8 little ones running around, stuff need to be done, food. I mean, think about your daily life and add however many children to it. Say if you don't have any, add 8. And yeah, fun all around. So no, we're not Amish. No, we're not Roman Catholic. We just, we read the Bible, we believe in the Bible, but no, we just love our kids, and who knows where from there. But yeah, we have 8 as of right now. So we'll just leave it as that for right now, because I don't want to say something that'll get me in trouble later. All right. So that's two topic. Oh, yes, we do homeschool our children. I know a lot of people before COVID made a big change. We were homeschooling our children, and number one question was, how will our kids socialize? How will our kids interact? How will our kids not be different? And I'd always tell people, I want my kids to be different. I want my kids to not be those kids that you hear about. I don't want my kids to be Tide Pod kids. I don't want my kids to be glued to the internet. I don't want my kids to be Snapchat children. I don't want my kids to be, I don't know. I mean, just, I don't want them to be consumed by social media. Yes, do I put my stuff on YouTube? Am I very good at keeping content coming? No, because I even have a hard time staying on it, because I don't even carry a phone that had that on it. I carry a phone that just texts and does this, so I use a lot of my wife's phone to keep the content coming. So that's kind of one reason. I'd rather my kids know what I want them to learn, and then some of that stuff in school I don't feel like is appropriate or pushed for the right reasons, such as, should my kids need to know transgender stuff? No. Do my kids need to know that same-sex marriages is okay for the world? No. I don't need them to know stuff, because all it does is make it seem like it's okay, and I don't feel like it's biblically right. So we'll just leave it as that. I know a lot of people are going to be upset. It's fine. I don't know. That's just me. All right. Next topic. What all kinds of animals do we have, and what do we do with them? We have goats, which we milk. 2 of them. We have 3 females that have babies, but 2 of them are still with mom because they're girls. We milk them every morning. We don't milk them at night. We weaned them down to where we don't have to milk them at night. And then we have dairy cows, which we just got pregnant, so we milk them every morning. But as of right now, we halted that due to getting them pregnant. We want them to not be changed, not stressed out. We want the impregnations to go good. So last time we did it, so we just felt like it worked last time. So if it works the first time, people usually don't change the process, so we're not going to change that process as well. We're just going to keep it rolling as the last year, and which was, we gave him the cedar plug, we waited, gave him another shot, the AI tech came out, got her pregnant, and then we waited about a week and a half before we start milking again, and she came along 4 weeks later after we got them the insemination, and voila, they were both pregnant. So good results. We'll keep doing the good things, and if it doesn't work, then maybe next time we'll do it again and just see what happens. I mean, not everything's meant to be which will be, so we'll roll with the punches we get. But yes, we grew a good garden this year due to the lot of rain, which was great. We didn't have to get out here and water. We haven't really hit that bad of heat temperatures due to where we live, so we haven't been really hitting the 100 mark. I think we've gotten 3 days so far out of all summer, which is good. I mean, we got them coming probably soon, but as of right now, we haven't hit them. So our garden has been flourishing. My wife's flowers have been doing good. So what do we want to do in the future with our garden? Do we want to go commercially? Not right now. We got a lot of plans that we want. We want to build our own house first, build a forever home, I guess you would say. And then we want to build garden to grow and supply for ourselves first. And then if we have excess, sell or help somebody that is in need. Say something happens, I would love to be able to provide for anybody in need. So I know anything that's a good thing can always be turned into a bad thing, and I know a lot of people probably hesitate to give away because if they give away, they're like, man, does that person really need it? Sometimes when it's food versus a value of money, I always give anybody food versus money because yes, nowadays we do live in an epidemic where people want to go take that money and buy drugs. I get it. But if I give somebody food, I know that it'll feed them. If they don't accept the food, that's on them. But yes, I want to grow a garden. I want to grow a flower garden because me and my wife were talking and she wants to grow flowers. And if that's what she wants, because she gives me what I want to make her happy by giving her what she wants. So soon, within hopefully the next 2 years, I'll be able to provide her a big greenhouse where she can grow all the flowers she wants. Be her little sanctuary, her little, some people call them prayer rooms. It'll be her prayer greenhouse. I guess that'd be pretty cool. Go in there and sit down with kids, grandkids, and whatnot. We don't have no grandkids, but probably within the next 10 years we'll have an abundance, which is good. I love children. Topics. Trying to think of something. I know I don't always share, so yes, this one I know a lot of people are gonna not understand, but we have been benefited from it as of last month. My number one pet peeve, I didn't know it was a pet peeve until we moved out here. Dropped animals. If you live in the city and you don't want your animal, one, try to give it away. Try to rehome it, do anything. Last resort. Should never be a resort. Don't go drop it in the country. Whether it be a dog, cat, bunny, whatever it be. Because 9 times out of 10 it's going to go to a house that yes, they're going to have to come up with a decision. Take it to the pound, or has it starved? And you can think of the next situation, because animals, just like humans, when they've been starving for a little while, that they will do something crazy to get that food, whether bite someone, hurt someone. So please do not drop animals off in the country. Please, I beg of you. I would rather you, I don't know, take it to the pound yourself. I know that sounds like a terrible idea, but I've always tried to tell people, make sure you want an animal before you want animals. I mean, that's like number one thing. I mean, make sure you want that animal. Don't spend a lot of money and then go, I don't want this animal, I'm going to drop it off in the country. Now, did we receive probably one of the best dogs that man ever made? Yes. We got a mini Aussie now. We call her Honey. That she is a blessing. She is a sweet little dog. I don't know where she came from. Don't know why she got dropped off at our door, but she also helped our dog who liked to chew on things, which he was a puppy, which you guys have seen, our Frenchie Spud. He was what we call a little gremlin at times. He turns into one and he'll be sweet, and then all of a sudden he goes crazy on a shoe or goes crazy. So Honey has changed his temperament from 180. He doesn't have those. I mean, he's got a little bit, but he's been a lot better dog. And I think he's aging a little bit, so that kind of helps. So, yes, so that's my little pet peeve. I do not like people to drop animals off because one or two things happen. I take it to the pound, or, well, I guess 3 because kept Honey. But something else could happen to that animal. And I don't like that second result because I'm not inhumane. I don't believe in it, but I usually take them to the pound. But I know other people, because they have cattle, like we have cattle. If we have a dog that comes up and tries to take a hunk out of the leg and I can't get that dog in the car, things happen. So please don't drop your dogs off. I didn't want that to be a part of the video, but it's reality. is what happens when you live in the country. Things that you don't think about in the city and things that happen in the country, two different things sometimes. But other than that, one of my kids, I think it was one of my kids, somebody asked me the other day, it was a pretty cool question, I haven't ever heard it. If you were to have a dinner with three people alive, who would they be? And at first I made a real quick answers, and I never really thought about it. But as I've gotten to think about that question over time, I thought, man, who would I like to eat with? Who would I want to pick their brain, like figure out, well, who would it be? Who would it be? And since I'm a jokester by nature, I think I would want people to make a lighthearted. I mean, I don't know that I'd want to make it a business meal. I'd want to just, because when I go and eat, I like to enjoy people's presence. So, as I got to think about it, I thought, who would make the dinner fun? So, my number one I would probably pick would be like a comedian. So I think I'd take like Bill Burr. I think he would be my number one. And then number two, I think I would take Adam Sandler from back in the heydays. And then three, just to get a little bit of, I don't know, maybe a different kind of person. I'd probably bring like I don't know who the third one would be. There's a bunch of people I could pick, but probably pick somebody that's on people's radar, but they probably don't think about him. Probably want to go eat dinner with him, but I would probably pick take Shaq. Because I hear a lot of good things when people go eat dinner with him. He's an older, he's a sports guy, but he's also a comedian in his own right by what you hear on TV and what you see. So I think those would probably be the three that I would choose. And on that note, I think I'm going to call it a day because I got to get this milk in and get it all taken care of and then put it in the refrigerator. So I'm going to hit you guys with a new outro that you guys haven't seen because I know sign language, but it'll be... Alright, I said see you later. Peace.